Welcome to my channel CADman Tutorials. Today let us discuss how to create this drawing in AutoCAD by a step-by-step method. So without any further ado, let's get started. So before starting up the drawing, let's check out if all the dimensions is given in the reference drawing in order to create the drawing in AutoCAD. So the dimension from this arc to this arc is given, and the radius 5 and the outer radius 10, and the distance between these two is 20, and from this center the diameter 30 and diameter 40 is given for these two circles, and from here a distance of 45 is given to the end of this object, and from hole to hole distance is given, and from end to end distance is given as 30, and from here to this arc center the dimension of 50 is given, and this angle is given as 100, this distance is 20, this is radius 10, and from here to here the distance is given as 50, and this radius is radius 5, and this is radius 10, and from here to this perpendicular line, so the angle is given as 50, and similarly to this straight line, to this horizontal line, this angle line is given as angle 20. So let's try to create the drawing. So first I try to create these two circles of dia 40 and dia 30. So go for a circle command C, enter, and create a diameter of 30, and from the same center let's try to create a circle of dia 40. Now let's try to draw lines in order to get my center. So I'll just try to scale down this, or I'll try to increase this in order to get our center line. So I'll go for scale SC, enter. From the intersection point or from the midpoint of these two lines, I'll go for an intersection point. From here I'll just try to move my cursor out in order to scale up, and this is my center lines for these two circles. So let's try to create this profile first. So I'll try to, as this is exactly 45, if you check out this horizontal center line and this vertical center line, so it is exactly 45. So they have not given the dimension, so I'll try to assume that as a angle 45 and try to rotate this line to an angle of 45. So I'll go for rotate RO, enter, and I wanted to rotate from this midpoint and say C. I wanted to copy the same line C, and I wanted to rotate 45-degree clockwise direction. So in AutoCAD, for rotating in a clockwise direction the angle will be negative, so I'll give minus 45. So I got a line here. So this that is this center line. So from here to here, and let's try to now offset 10 either side from this center line in order to get our 20. So go for, or first try to offset to a distance of 15 on the other side in order to get our object end lines. So go for offset, say 15 from here to here, and from here to here, and just try to trim out the extra parts, and in order to get this line, the end point, the angle has been taken from the midpoint to the endpoint, the distance 45 is given. So we'll try to copy the same line and rotate it to 90 degree in order to get our perpendicular line, so that we can offset to a distance of 45. So I'll say rotate clockwise direction, say C. So clockwise direction minus 90. Okay. So now let's offset this line to a distance of 45, so that we'll get the end of this part. We'll try to offset to 45 from here to here, and let's try to join these lines in order to get our outer profile. So fillet radius 0, enter. I'll try to join these lines and try to trim off till where I required, and I'll try to even cut down this lines to make it simple. And now let's try to offset the same line to a distance of 10 on the other side in order to get our distance 20. So offset 10. So try to offset to 10 on the other side and try to delete it off the extra lines which I don't require, and I try to extend these lines. And first, as because the distance from this end point to the center is not given to these radius 5 circle, dia 6 circles, so what we try to do is, first we'll try to create an fillet here. So that is radius 5. So fillet radius 5 to the corners of this part. Now let's try to create this dia 6 by giving a circle, and from the same center of this arc try to create dia 6. Similarly here, enter, and let's try to make a line from this center point to this center point and try to offset to a distance of 10 here to here, and that will be our circle center points. Okay, now we are done with this, and let's try to remove off all the lines which I don't require. I'll just try to lengthen the center line till the end of the part. So till here we are done, and let's try to construct this profile. So first, in order to construct this profile, let's try to offset the center line to a distance of 10 on the other side in order to get our 20 value. Offset to 10 and 10 on the other side. So let's try to trim out till here, and as we have seen that from the center to this radius 5 end, the distance is given as 60. So first we'll try to offset to a distance of 60 from here to here. So this is where, and this is our center line. Let's try to change this to solid line to center line. So here lies on the center of this line at a distance of 60 to this endpoint lies this radius 5. So let's try to create a circle of radius 5 and if you check it out, the angle from here to here is given as 100. So now we have got exactly 19. So we need to rotate this line from here to here. We need to rotate to an angle of 10 clockwise direction. So what I will try to do is I'll select the line, go for rotate, enter. I'll take this point as a rotating point, and clockwise we need to give a negative value, that is -10. So I got the required line, and in order to get the other align dimensions of 50 from here to this point, what I try to do is I go for a line command, say perpendicular line to this line. So when I say perpendicular to this line, I'll get a line, just place it somewhere and move the end point to this end point, and from here offset to a distance of 50 in order to get our other two radius 5 center. So offset to 50 from here to here. Let's try to lengthen dynamically the same line and try to lengthen dynamically even this side. So let's try to create the same circle here too, and let's try to offset this. Now we have created these two arcs. Let's try to offset to a distance of 20 in order to get our these two circles, a radius 5 and a radius 5 or radius 5 arcs, offset to a distance of 20, and let's try to lengthen dynamically. dy, enter, and I'll try to just go away from the point, and let's try to give the same circles value. And now let's try to create radius 10 on all the sides. So we can directly offset to 5 or give a circle of radius 10. So I will go for a circle and say radius 10. So from here, enter. Now let's try to join these lines from here to here, from here to here. And try to remove off the extra elements which I don't require for the drawing. Now till here this is fine, and let's join these lines too. And try to trim out the so now we are done with the profile. In order to keep our center line simple, let's break down these lines. Now let's try to give the match property to these lines in order to look it like a center lines. So we are done with it, and here let's try to extend these lines and try to trim out this part. And finally let's give, because everywhere the radius is R10, so this will be also R10, and this also will be R10. So let's try to give the fillet R10 here. from here to here, and that's good. We have got the required profile. And moving to the next portion of the drawing here, let's try to create this line first, which is 20 degree with the horizontal. So what I try to do is I'll try to select the same line, go rotate, say copy. From here I'll try to rotate it to anti-clockwise direction by giving -20 value. Sorry. Rotate from this intersection point here, say copy. So we are rotating in an anti-clockwise direction, so give the value as 20. Now this is my line, and I wanted a distance of 50 from here to here. See, I have created this line now with the horizontal 20, and to the end point of that line, to the center of this, I need a dimension of 50. So I have already created this line, and I'll try to offset this line to a distance of 50. Okay, so let's try to create one more line perpendicular to this line. Okay, and let's try to move that point to the center point of the circle and try to offset to a distance of 50, and try to extend this line, and that is the center for this radius 5 arc that we are going to create. So if you check it out, so radius 5, and similarly let's try to create a line perpendicular to this line and move this line from here to this point. Okay, so here we have got 50 with this line, with this angle 20 line which I have rotated, that is making an 50 angle with this perpendicular line. So first take this line, say rotate, this is the rotating point, and I'll try to rotate anti-clockwise direction 50. So I got a line which is the required line that I require. I'll try to extend this, and I'll try to trim off this line till here. Now let's try to offset. Now we have got this center line. We'll try to offset to a distance of 50. Offset to 50, and at the end point let's try to create the same radius circle, and let's try to join these two lines. Similarly, as we have seen, the distance from here to here is 20. Let's try to offset to a distance of 20. This is the center line. Let's try to offset to a distance of 20, and let's try to create the circles of radius 5. And now let's try to create this radius 10 in all the sides and join the required profile. So go for a circle from the same center line, say radius 10, and let's try to join all the lines. I'm just trying to extend these lines in order to join these endpoints. So let's try to trim out. And now we have got the required profile, and let's try to offset. This is dimension 20. Let's try to offset this line to a distance of 10 on the other side. Offset to 10 from here and here. Let's try to trim out the extra elements that we don't require. And let's give the radius R10 here, R10 and R10. The fillet radius 10 from here to here, from here to here. Let's try to join these lines. Let's try to change the center lines, and even here. So now we are done with the drawing. Is there anything else left out? Let's check it out. So we are given, okay, done. So let's try to give the dimensions, and before that let's try to change the line width of this solid lines. Go for line weight, and display line weight, and go for 0.3. Now let's try to give the dimensions and check it out if we have done the drawing to the perfection. So let's give this dimension, Okay, this is 20. From here to here it is 60. Let's give the align dimensions. From here to here it is 50, and from here to here it is 50. From here to here it is 20, and from here to here this is 45. From here to here it is 10. This is 20. This is 30. And from this point to this point it is 50. And from here to here it is 20. And let's view the radius dimensions now. This is radius 10. This is radius 10. This is radius 5. This is radius 10. This is also radius 10. And this is radius 10. And this is also radius 10. This is radius 10. This is also radius 10. And this is radius 5. And let's view the diameter. And this is dia 6. And this is radius. This is dia 30 and this is dia 40. And let's give the angles now. Angle to this, from here to here it is 20, and the angle from here to here it is 50. So we have got all the dimensions now. Let's check the precision too. Go for dimension style, go for modify, set to 4 zeros, set current, and check it out. So everything will be perfectly precision to the 4-point decimals. Let's go and change the value again to 0. So hope you have understood the drawing. If you got any doubt regarding the drawing, you can mail me at cadman16414@gmail.com, or you can comment me on my video. Thank you.